All right, there we go. There's there's that. So, all right, 45.69. We're coming up. We have 2 points away already. 1 point now from weekly high on ES. NASDAQ is flying as well. Big green candle. They put on about 150 points up until the weekly high as well. So it's been trend up for a while, yeah. So coming up here. Remind me to talk about Netflix. I want to discuss that once we kind of get through the morning here. Let's go over to SPY. And right here through 16,100 and blasting. Took a shot at the open nail, 28 points. Nice with Twizzy. Well done. All right, so big green on Apple. VIX is back down in the 12s. Back down in the 12s, which it usually holds that level. Amazon big green after a lot of selling with Bezos. XLF gapped down overnight, but then the morning session here bounced it back up here, but it is since falling. 16,111 here on NASDAQ. The liquidity on NVIDIA is much, much higher. Much, much higher. All that stuff from yesterday is still on into 450, so watch out for that as well. 45.71 so far, 6-point move on ES. NASDAQ is up 131 points from yesterday's close, 0.82%. X sectors are, for the most part, green. Energy's getting killed. Oil's getting smoked on down nearly 5%. But look at the prices of oil. This is like the third multi-percentage move on oil in the past couple of days. So the volatility for energy is building aggressively. Let me see here. Let me get the YouTube stream. I got to mute trading in the zone too. I've been really digging the. Never been a big audiobook guy, but I'm enjoying the audiobook. I can kind of listen while I'm getting stuff done. All right, 16,100 here. We're above that 117. ES is into 45.72 liquidity right there. Looking for a decent day here. Amazon's through the roof. Yeah, Apple's through the roof. Tech in general is through the roof. I think a lot of that has to do with the CEO stuff. We'll see what happens. ES, new weekly high, 45.52 into the 45.80. Don't need that anymore. There's a big pull on the GEX today. We have exposure down to 445. I don't expect that to be a thing, so that's probably... I'll just look for any kind of liquidity shift today, but yeah, there you go. Can we see 460 next week? I think we are due for a temporary retracement. The market has moved back into protection mode, which is positive deltas, and we've got the VIX down to the 12s, so I think we are due for a temporary retracement before the next leg higher. Into next week, not saying at the moment right now. We'll have to see how this day shakes out. So 45.80 is my upside target here. Obviously, we are gunning for that as we speak. A very, very aggressive move. Everything is blasting right out of the top. I mean, NASDAQ has already put on 70 points since the open. 45.73 here on ES. Yeah, it's been a beautiful trading week, man. I did not expect this much movement on ES. So it's been great. A lot of great opportunity here to trade. Amazon's flying, Apple's flying, VIX down at 1287. An absolute destruction on the VIX. 45.55 liquidity being put on. NASDAQ just wiped out that top 16,100. And we are just going. Crazy big move. Crazy stuff. Let's see. 16,142. Still going. Don't know how high they're going to go here. We are 5 minutes in. We do have Michigan Consumer top of the hour. Only Balyoga they're activated today. So far, yeah, I mean, this is a severely big move on the move on NASDAQ here. So NVIDIA, they had some mixed signals last night. Big green, big red. And they overall picked the green side into the open. Now they're kind of doing the same thing on up. 16.14. Blast out of the top. Look at that. Big move. So there's not too much liquidity left on the book here. They've already wiped out 100 easily. And now they're kind of doing their thing here. So big old top wick on Microsoft. Flip back to red. But Amazon and Apple are still flying. Not a lot of pressure here. Just going. Snagged NVIDIA call at the open. Nice. Nice. Looking at TradingView subscription, what do you recommend? I personally have the premium. I've got the top subscription on TradingView. Man, NASDAQ is still going. 154. Looks like one of those blow-off top mornings here, where it just goes and goes and goes. Right now, that's what it looks like. Just freaking flying. 162. Apple, Amazon, all squeezing higher. NASDAQ is up to 158 already, almost 100 points off of the open. Still going. 160. 3,700 green CVD on NASDAQ, which is incredibly, incredibly strong. Microsoft is creeping back down, though. ES has 45.50. Still straight up across the board. NASDAQ exploding even higher. Holy crap, 180. Just squeezing higher. That right there hit 102 points for the open. So, man, crazy. What a move. What a move, what a move. So they just took out weekly highs, both across ES and NASDAQ. They are putting on a couple of ices a little bit lower, 45.70, but overall 45.90 is now on the books for ES. NASDAQ now has not really much else left. They've got a little bit at 16,200 after wiping out the big level, which was 16,100, but that was a huge algorithmic squeeze way up to start out the day before Thanksgiving. Microsoft is rotating back down. A little bit of red on Microsoft, but Amazon went exponential. They're up 2.5% after getting destroyed yesterday, down 2.7 yesterday. Apple still going. Nothing but green on Apple. XLF creeping back up. VIX is 1291. What a move. What a move. Surprise, surprise, yeah. Tell me about it. All right. Just got here. Is there a solid reason for this large move? They're kind of dealing with NVIDIA, it looks like. You know, now that that is out of the way, the target here was weekly highs. We had to re-auction that. Obviously, we've done that, and we've blown right through it. So it's just a big move, man. We've had a lot of volatility this week that we otherwise would not have expected on a Thanksgiving week, which is welcomed. You know, I welcome volatility. All right, small top wick forming. Microsoft is rotating back down to their open. Amazon is still trying to land on Mars. And Apple is a little bit of top wick there. So I sold NVIDIA premium on meeting. Yeah, NVIDIA, selling premium on NVIDIA today would have paid well. So if you did that, well done. Top wick here across the board. Across the board. Except for Amazon. They're the only ones. $153. XLF. They have an iceberg down to 45.70, which was 8 points down. A couple of icebergs building there. A little bit of pressure right back down to the session as that is shifted higher. But yeah, what a move. What a move. Big old red reversal on Microsoft there. Keep an eye on them. All right, what an open. We do have data. Michigan consumer top of the hour. We also have, we had jobless claims this morning, which posted more jobless, whatchamacallits, lower jobless claims. So there you go, a little bit of jobs data all over the place. All right, there was a little bit of a top wick back down. So NASDAQ topped out 173, now 140. ES is coming off here as well. But a little bit of profit taking, top wick off of a very, very large move this morning. Microsoft is dipping down, about to put a new low of the day in after a huge rally. Nice move. What's up, Damien? How you doing? Let's keep the juice going, baby. You've been doing awesome. Let's keep it going. Make smart decisions. Out half of a SPY 48.45 call. Nice. Nice little top wick there. So NASDAQ just retreated all the way back down. Still no red candles on the chart. They managed to, they had one small red, but they are defending that one. So nothing but green so far. Microsoft is 377. Tesla's not feeling the love? Yeah, so right now Tesla's getting smoked. They're all the way down. They actually took out yesterday post-market lows. Nvidia is coming off here as well. Microsoft is dropping. The only thing climbing right now is Apple and Amazon, and NASDAQ is doing its part. So XLF is flat. They've had a lot of pressure pre-market and whatnot. There you go. AMD's up. Yeah, a little sympathy there. 497 on Nvidia. Sold my calls for 106%. Managed to put swing into the green this morning. Nice. Well done. 150, 3700. Let's take a look. Yes, 4571 icebergs. Still pinned right here under this area. Looking to wipe out 80. Am I in a position right now? Currently not. How's VEPA been for TLT lately? TLT's been on a rampage and going. So they're over 91. High volume stuff there too. Apple and Amazon, that's enough considering Apple saves the day by itself. Oh yeah, definitely. Amazon finally taking a little bit of profit there. A little bit of red candle. Excuse me. Closed IWM 136%. Calls on SPX 34%. Nice mics. Do I think TLT is on rotation or just temporary? I don't think there's any rotation yet. Right now, money is still being parked into tech. Tech is still the safe haven here. So in terms of the big rotation trade with the bond market, we haven't seen that yet. We've just seen a lot of buying in the bonds. 45.78. Nvidia, new low of the day for Nvidia. Amazon putting on a little red. Man, watch out for Nvidia there. They could send a little weakness. A little fake out there. ES is still going 45.80. Oh man, 45.78. Good to see small caps participating. Yeah. NASDAQ does not want to breach below 140. So it's come down and tested 140 about 4 times. Now holding 150 after flagging higher here. Microsoft is building back up. Amazon bottom wicking. And Nvidia is still dropping. So Nvidia is selling off pretty decently here. Trying to test pre-market lows. Trying to test pre-market lows. So we have the POC right here. This is what NASDAQ does not want to give out. They're holding this level very, very strong. You keep seeing these attacks on the POC here, but the buyers continue to defend this level. Right at here, 143, 140. There we go, finally breaching it. Big old bottom wick on Amazon and another green defense. Does not want to give out the POC, which shows the strength of the buyers. Whenever you want to find the strength in the market here, watch the POCs. If you see strong defense of the POCs, you know who's in control, other than the obvious opening price action. I mean, we know it's massive green candles, yeah, but in terms of looking forward-looking, uh, 140. If we know 45.80 range, a trade on that 5-minute open candles, Meta holding, yeah, definitely. Look at Nvidia, still dropping. And Meta, massive green candles as well. Tesla's massive red, so big divergence there. Finally giving out the POC there. Watch that. You feel like South Korea banning short selling is helping push everything up? No. I mean, it's helping pushing up their own markets, but that ain't going to affect our market. No. This is a load up on puts before the Fed news. I would say load up on puts. I do think that we are due for a retracement into next week. I do think that. But just be delicate with your short positions, obviously. You know, we just wiped out 45.80. We just tapped my 45.80 target by 50 cents. Hey, you ain't paying no 50 cents for no Coke. Right there. NASDAQ is just rejected 173. I'm so glad I closed out my NVIDIA short put, collected some profits. There you go. Honest day papel. You should have had some pretty decent profits on that, though, didn't right? Oh, no. You took a 490. I see what you're saying. Yeah, but you should have, yeah, this morning. Especially with the IV crush. All right, finally took out the POC there, dropping back off 45.74. And NVIDIA is dropping back down 488, still falling. All right, 126. CVD is coming off, finally broke that out on down. A lot of healthy moves. Amazon's still up. Apple is still holding 192. Microsoft is 378. XLF is flat, looking around. VIX holding. That's our first real bounce into the 12s. So the VIX popped down to the 12s, pretty aggressively back up to 13. And you're going to see a lot more of that going forward. Now that the VIX has bottomed out all the way down. Not only has it mean reverted, but the VIX has attacked the lower range, which I do not expect to break lower. Got out of my Q calls. Done for the day. Nice hay waffles. Well done. See if there's any kind of change up here on the options data. Not really. 456 is going to be a pivot up here. Thoughts on NVIDIA long term? Retracement City. I was actually hoping it would blast to 550 so I can get a great swing put entry. But even still, I think it's a good idea to turn it down. Apparently there was a lot of red flags, like a cattle farm or something like that bought 100 million worth of chips or something. Apparently on their documents. Underwater basket weaving company out of Iowa bought 250 million worth of chips. I'm just joking. I'm being colorful. Made that up. But something weird showed up on their statement apparently. Thoughts on a December 450 December 1 put it further out. It's not a bad idea. I do think, like I said, I think this is the first time outside of this move that we're starting to creep into positive delta, which is protection territory. And I do think that aside from one more kind of pop up, a test of 4600 here, I think we are due for a retracement. Yeah. Am I still planning on TLT? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Main POC today is 4563 for NASDAQ. Once I get this thing to load, this thing takes forever to load. 16.5. See how the morning goes before making an entry. 16.1 or 050. Anyone else see what's happening at the bottom left of the screen? Yeah, this is Bookmap right here. What you're seeing bottom left right here, this is the subchart indicator for stops and losses. So the blue line is icebergs, the red line are stops, green is the CVD. Still going off 16,117 on NASDAQ, dropping over. So 50% retracement would be about about 110 off of this move. Microsoft is heading back higher. Apple's coming back off. ADMA touch. Yeah, buddy. Remind me again about Netflix. I want to talk about that. Don't let me forget about that. Man, what a move. 110. Microsoft's coming back up. Apple is retracing down. I'm in the chapter of book security analysis. I'm in a section she talks about about accounting irregularities and how they're used to manipulate stock prices. Incredible level of creativity. Oh yeah, creativity is a good word for it. It's a good word for it. Big old push lower, 110. Oh man, look at that push lower, man. Undoing that entire move. What a blow off top there, on down. What a move. God, look at that. Look at that. Completely undid that move. Complete reversal. 120 points or so. Jeez Louise. What a market. What a market. This is like insane volatility for this day. What a market. 16-0 down, coming all the way down. What a jabroni that I am. 16.075. There's that iceberg right there. Microsoft completely undid their move, and Apple's on the way down. Nvidia flush too, 485. They're down now 2.7%, coming off. Looks like insiders aren't on vacation. They're doing something. They stayed around for Nvidia. They put the old turkey on the back burner. Wow, what a move. Passed the combine on that move down. Nice. Well done. It looks like they want to continue lower here. This is a very, very large move. Very, very large move. Coming on down. Just jumped into another put on ES. Or I should say another put. I had some scalps, but I just jumped into a put on this move down. 45.64. This looks like one of those reversal plays. New low for NASDAQ. ES is down to 45.64. We do have data coming up, so I'm just going to roll these stops down. Don't move. There we go. Now we're pushing lower. Wow. Wow. That right there was a reversal and a half. Nasty, nasty. That had all the looks of a sweep. This has sweep written all over it with that type of move right there. That rejection off the weekly highs. Still coming off here. Already I'm up 50% on my put. Wow. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh if holiday week ends up being one of my best weeks of the year. Which ain't going to happen unless we have an extraordinary couple of days, but still. Wow. All right, so CVD dumped over from 3,800 to 1,900. Range day. Yeah. What a day. I'm going to go ahead and take profit off that just by that principle. Insane. However, that does look like, I mean, that's a high volume candle. Apple came all the way off, and we are plummeting. Look at all the suckers in the market. So, zooming out on the 4-hour chart, what does this look like for you? I've already said it, so I kind of gave you all the answer before the test. But what does this look like? We've been talking about Wyckoff all this week. You know, we had the step 1 of distribution, step 2, which is elongated depending on what you're looking for, and then, of course, step 3, which is the sweep. We've already had the initial, which was obviously last week and into Monday. We had the multiple retest of 45.70 and change, and now we have an aggressive pop over 45.80, and then a dumperoni. What does that tell you? What does that look like? Looks like a sweep. Looks like the seals kicked in the door and swept the room. Clear. He died like a dog. A beautiful dog. 16.050, still writing the remainder of my puts down. I'll have to have my son come in here and look at this. The cool thing about having a 13-year-old son who's starting to learn about money is showing them my daily profits. And he's like, wow, you made that much money in a day? It's like, yeah. Come look. Feast. Move back up after the sweep. Typically, you don't see a move back up after the sweep. Now, this is not just a rejection. This looks like a sweep. This looks like a sweep. Still riding my puts lower. I'm already up 86%, and we're still falling. I did take a top step scalp short on some NASDAQ futures, and like an idiot, I did not put a trailing stop, and I just got out. But holy crap, that would have made a lot more money. Oh, I still do. I still do go tender. Yeah, he knows. He sees my P&Ls, my equity curve. Trust me, the only way to get him to be a good trader is to show him the truth behind everything, showing him what this is really like. So he sees the good with the bad. Trailing stops. My daughter came and asked me a question. I missed an entry. I switched to NASDAQ this week and scalped the heck out of it. Best week ever. Be careful, Coach Mac. Be careful. Be careful. When I first started trading NASDAQ, I had the same type of action. It's like, holy crap, you can make this kind of money, but then, you get your clock cleaned. And all of a sudden you change your name to Coach Mac and Cheese. So I don't know what the point of that is, because mac and cheese is delicious. It's not a bad thing. Unreal, I bought puts at the top. Nice break rip sleeve. Will my Thanksgiving be the prize turkey or Boston market? Bottom wick back up. I have a small iceberg down lower. That was an incredible move. An incredible, incredible move. Just doing it to pass a combine? Well, I'm okay with that with experience. Just, when you're trading the big dog like that, one bad day and you could blow up your account. So if you do want to pass an account and keep it for 6-7 months, just know when to step on the brakes and go back to micros, because you will wipe like one bad day and you're done. That's the only reason why I've been able to keep an account funded for this long, is because I step on the brakes when I need to. Like yesterday, for example, I was playing micros, just on the data. My futures are tripping. Bra says 45.75 and NAS is 16.133. Yeah, that's busting for real. 45.64 off of 59. Bottom wick. Hey. Where did ES just bounce off of? Two-hour POC on the session. Always revert back to the POC. All right, I'm at my stop right here for the remainder of my puts. We'll see what happens with this green candle. Engulfing with high volume, is that a sign of bearish reversal? This looks like a sweep. This does look like a sweep, which means downside. Now we do have data here in 10 seconds. Light data, Michigan consumer sentiment. So, I will tell you this. If I'm looking for a bearish reversal, this is the price action I want to see. $45.64. $45.62. Secrets of Pivot Boss is great to understand POC. I've been using VRVP on my chart since I read that book. Yeah, I'll have to read it. I haven't read that one. I'm a big believer of, obviously, the volume profile, and everything is big to small. My analysis starts out the big with the fixed, Lux algos, and it goes to small, which is using the variables. And if you can watch POC to POC like that, man, it's phenomenal. Crazy accurate. All right, my puts are back to eating again. Nice. on back down now that we're done with data. 45.60, we just retest here. If we do take out the POC, which it looks like we're about to, we're going to have a quick trip back down to 45.50, and then outside of that, we're going to be set up for a 4,500 test into next week. So now we're still eating on down. Puts are back. I'm up 91% on the remainder of my puts, which is about 50% of my original position. NASDAQ just took out the prior low, and we're on down. I just took another scalp on my top step right there to get some profits, and then I'm back to adding liquidity on my IBKR. 113% on puts. I'm going to take a little bit of profit there, and then after that, I'm setting a trailing stop, and I'm Monos Erebus on these puts. Right there. We just took out the POC, so if we can hold under that, that's where we'll look for a test of 45.50, which we almost just got right there. On down, high volume. Tesla's still flushing. What's NVIDIA doing? NVIDIA must be from Queens, New York, because they're flushing. I've already used that joke before. Sorry. 45.58. Yeah, Amazon needs to come down here too. You know, Jeff little old Bezos needs to sell off a lot more too. Still holding the remainder of the puts. We have the short dated POC down to 45.48. What was my put strike? Put strike was 45.50. I'm up 119% on these puts. Still riding this thing lower. That joke still tracks. It's funny, going through all my pictures this past summer, I have a whole bunch of pictures of me in Casino Park. If anyone's up in that area knows where that is. Back in the 80s. 16K NASDAQ to watch. Let's see. Still dropping. I've got I got a target that's a little bit lower than that, but yeah, it's still good. Overall, it's a 150-point reversal on NASDAQ. The puts are doing very well here. I haven't held a NASDAQ short because I did not stick to my trailing stops on my NASDAQ like I am on the puts, which kind of blows. But still, regardless. 15.558. I'm doing a lot of clicking. What's up, Troutfly? I need to enable 0 DTEs. Oh, just be careful. That's all. What's the next level down? 16,000 test on NASDAQ. ES is 45.50. Those are the two main targets. Liquidity cleared off again on the book. They're shifting down to 16,000 here. So we have two things here. We have a little bit of correlation between 16,000 liquidity and 16,000 target. So, right there. But I am very happy that we tapped 45.80 almost to the penny and then rejected, because I've been looking at 45.80 since this move initiated in October. 45.80 was my upside target before a reversal, or at least a short-term reversal, and we just tapped it today like a glove. Like a glove. And on down. 16.018 coming off, waiting for 16,000. 16K, then 16,930. So you think we hold 16,000 then go back up to 930? Did I take my NVIDIA 3 to 4 months out trade? I did not, Krish. I did not. 15,930. There you go. Supports. 16,000. Excuse me. Still riding the put. Still riding the put. I'm up 110%. And just set your trailing stops. The pressure is still here. The pressure is still here. Until I see some major supportive action, I'm still going to ride the puts. I could care less about any kind of green candles unless it's indicative of bullish support, which we are not getting yet. My target right now is 45.50, which is 7 points down. At that point, I'll consider a restrictive trailing stop to keep a cage on profits. I shorted 145, 16,145 on my top step too, and I only took 10 points off of it. I'm such an idiot. What a day that would have been. No negative self-talk. That's right. That's right. Start of the audiobook, best loser wins. Nice. Withers. I listened to a great podcast the other week, non-trading related, but self-help related, that says that basically the theme was they did a study on different learning styles because people say I'm a visual learner, I'm an audio learner. Basically the study said that that's all nonsense. That your mind is adaptive, and the only reason why you are an audio learner, you say you're an audio learner or a visual learner, is because you don't like to be proactive. You like the stuff to be forced to you. So they also did a study that reading, people who read the material as opposed to listen to material, the readers gained like 50% more knowledge than the audios because you read the actual data and you're able to absorb the data. So all that to say is that the number one way to learn a new craft would be to be proactive. That was the whole theme of it, is that you actually have to put in the work, be disciplined, and have the confidence to do it. And that's with any endeavor. I thought that was pretty interesting. Anyway, thought I'd share that with y'all. 15 NASDAQ short? No, I was only running a couple. New low right there. ES still pushing lower. Audio is great for listening to fiction, entertaining, learning a bit more active. Yeah, I agree. Al Mango. NASDAQ's coming down to 16,000 ES. We have one small iceberg here, but all major liquidity has been shifted. We don't really have any major levels here on down. I agree with that 150,000%. Proactive learning is the way to go. Yeah. Yeah. I've got a lot more to say, but I won't jump on another soapbox. I could talk about this stuff all day, man. I love it. In my opinion, being obsessed with self-improvement, self-reflection, is paramount in success. Interesting that they said candles and charts will be influenced by our bias. We see what we want to see, more reason for more resonance for VPA. Yeah. What's up, Fonzie? Good morning. Do you think we have plenty more to run lower today? I don't know. I will say this, break rip, is that this, if you want to see a reversal, this is the type of price action you want to see. An aggressive pump to grab liquidity, sweep, as what we call it, and then dump it. So this has all the signs of a reversal day. I'll say that much. Soapbox, yeah. Top wick 45.57. TLC is getting smoked. Amazon's like, hey, what are you guys doing? 45.56. Reading is overrated? Oh, man. Hot take. I cannot disagree with you more. I'm a big reader, though. I'm a big reader. When I've been a reader my whole life, but you know what really made me believe in reading and like the power of reading? The book, The Green Mile. You ever seen the Green Mile, the book Green Mile, or seen the movie Green Mile with Tom Hanks? So I read that book so many times, and it was the movie version of the book. So they had pictures of Tom Hanks in the book, like on the cover. So it was like literally after the movie was made, they came out with this version of the book with all the characters' pictures in it. So I already pictured Tom Hanks as the main character. And I read the book so much before I even seen the movie, and then I saw the movie, and I'm literally sitting there like, wait a minute, like waiting for a scene to happen because I visualized it in my head so many times, and I understood the power of reading. That your mind can create these illustrations. Anyway. Trading in the Zone is a great audiobook. Yep. Definitely. Yeah, man, you're. Jeez Louise, dude. Green Mile was an excellent movie. It was, yeah. Reading Lord of the Rings before the movies, yeah. 45.57. Still no buyer strength, just a small green. 20 shares of ES. Killer, dude. Absolutely killer. Happened the same with me. What, the same book, Josh? Nice. I read a minimum of one book a week and it makes a difference. It is. Yeah, it's huge. Oh, reading, yeah. Yeah. I think Kevin is our market maker. He's our local market maker. A ninth grade dropout? What do you do now, James? I mean, that, to me, that doesn't mean anything to me. I've seen some pretty amazing entrepreneurs that drop out of school, so. Have you read The Daily Trading Coach? I haven't read that one, no. 45.58, right on back down. So in terms of ES, we went from 80 to 55, so 25 points. NASDAQ went from 174 to 016, so about 150, 160 points. So 16039. Alrighty. I might go ahead and take these profits. I like that. That's starting to be a little robust candle. Give it a few potatoes. Left one SPY position worth 0.77. I love it. What a move, dude. I attended a conference with Stephen Hawking. He said his disability forced him to visualize more in his head, and he wouldn't have made his theories otherwise. Oh, yeah. Yeah, TLT is getting destroyed. Rocking it. $4580.5. One second. All right, 45.59 top wick. Tesla reported plans to launch its most pocket-friendly electric vehicle in India. Interesting. 27,000. Did I read that Tesla was gonna, like, if you were to buy a Cybertruck, that they're gonna make you sign an agreement to keep the truck for a year, like you can't sell it to a third party? Did I read that right? Microsoft getting smoked. That sounds like something that communist China would do. Like, it's already gone. Oh, okay. ES 4559. It's common with high-end or low-volume production vehicles. Really? I don't know that. How to do that with my Ford Mach-E. Interesting. Makes sense. I would never do that, though. I would never buy a car for a... tells me I can't do something. Doesn't want resellers to make profit, yeah. All right. A little bit more red. Still don't see a lot of buying pressure here. We had a low volume green candle. So sellers are still in the driver's seat here. I'm still going to hold my puts. Test and fall, looks like it. Any trade now? I'm still holding my puts. Aside from that, I'll just do a little NASDAQ plays here. If things get super silly, obviously I'll add additional exposure, but I've already had a pretty awesome week, all things considered. I mean, even with all things considered, I'd be happy with these profits on a normal week, much less a shortened holiday week. So it's pretty phenomenal. 45.57. New low of the day for NASDAQ, still going down. ES is coming off, and that is 130% on the puts. Let's go, baby. LFG. New low there for NASDAQ. Golly. 45.55 still coming off. Next on deck, 45.50. $45.50 will provide a good amount of support. And we'll just take it level to level from here on out. Top wick forming on the 10. I was up 40%, didn't sell, now broke even. For what? For, I guess you went long? $45.58. All right, so now we're just waiting. See how things play out here. 45.60. The nice little bottom wick right there. The buyers defended that little dump down to 16,000 on NASDAQ to 16,037. We're still dancing right on this POC. We dipped below it, but we came back up, which is about 45.60. That 45.60 range is the pivot for today. So watch that. Couldn't quite get down to S1. We rejected R2. In terms of the SR levels, we don't have too much long-term significance. Obviously, we've got some POCs to deal with, but a long-term significance, which is R3, S2, so way up above and beyond. Watch those levels there. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. You too, Subducks. Thanks for your service. Thank you very much. You and everyone else. I spent a lot of Thanksgivings in a mess hall, that's for sure. And a chow hall. 45.61. That bottom wick there. Everything's kind of basing right now. Yeah, definitely. USA food is best. It is. It's crazy how calmly you can hold a position. I've been at it for months and still sweat out my positions in beginning to end. Well, you've been at it for months, and I've been at it for over a decade. Um, so you still have time. You know, you're definitely, this is a lifelong pursuit. But thank you. That's actually, in my opinion, the management of the position is more important than any technical analysis. I think that's obvious in my daily teachings. Honestly, I'm not here to. I mean, exactly what trading in the zone says, man. I'm not here to teach you all a system per se. I'm here to teach you all how to manage your system. That's my number one pursuit. And then if we can learn some technical analysis along the way, then that's a plus. Because managing the positions is crucial, and it all starts with position sizing. I'll go ahead and shorten your learning curve by 50%. It all starts with position sizing. Nice kid. Yeah. 45.63. Trading off higher time frames. Yeah. Massively, it changes your ability to hold trades. Definitely. And that really ties together, Eric, is that you have to position yourself small enough where you can absorb the drawdowns on the short term so you can hold for your long-term goal. If you're trading off a 4-hour candle, and you enter a short term, you've got to trade small enough where all the crazy action in the meantime won't stop you out of the trade until you actually get the move that you're looking for on the 4-hour, because that's when you start making big money. If you're someone who can't seem to catch a big move anytime, it's because you're trading too big and you can't survive the volatility on the short term. It does look like a short-term sweep. It does. Kit, yeah. All right, a little bit of green here. Come back up. For me, it's trying to kick my scalping mentality I first learned when I started trading. There's nothing wrong with scalping. Um, there's nothing wrong with throwing in some scalps on a position, but I just want y'all to learn other aspects of trading as well. There's time to put on a trade and hold. There's times to scalp. There's times to write premium. All that stuff. Just make sure you're positioning your sizing appropriately. What's a bottom wick tweezer called? Nose hairs. That's just a tweezer. My biggest aha moment was learning reversal setups and then understanding that they happen on all times fractionally. Yeah, definitely. 16.05. ES retook 45.65. I was going to close my credit spread at 60%, but got greedy, missed an exit. But I'm going to let it breathe the next hour or two. Your management's gospels. While I make profit while waiting for the swing to survive position. Yeah, absolutely. Management gospel, that's right. Letting profits do its thing. Now I'm chilling on the 5, 10, 15, 34 hour. I love it. Prison Mike. What a day, what a day. Why is 4580 a big level for ES, but no level on SPY? R2 is a bit higher. That it's just the way the price action shakes out. You know, that R2 is right around that area, give or take. So, and the SR levels are done on the short-term time frame, not necessarily long-term. That's kind of the difference between those. The reason why the SR levels are a little closer because I want to find the present levels that are close to this particular area. $45.64. Yeah, XLF is doing its thing. Microsoft, huge recovery. 1606 there on NASDAQ. Right now, I'm at the stage of learning how to control my emotions, reading the discipline trader right now. About to start trading the zone. I can spot the reversal, but freeze for an entry. All right. Another good point. So the successful trader focuses on his system and what needs to be done, whereas the unsuccessful trader focuses on the aspects that makes him fearful. So if you're focusing on fear and the prospect of losing money, or what happens if this happens, or what happens if I'm wrong, or what happens if I take an entry and the market flushes, then you're never going to be profitable, or you're going to always have that fear. So you have to focus on your system and your entry, and take the entry and just set a stop. Take the entry, define your risk, and set a stop. And I guarantee you'll be surprised how many of your trades actually work out, instead of focusing on what could go wrong. And all of that, of course, once again, all leads back. I need a little flow graph. Like, everything leads back to position sizing. Everything. Every arrow on the little flow chart leads back to position sizing, of course. So, $45.62. And then if you find yourself that you are following your rules to a T and you're still losing, then you need to trim up your system. What's wrong? You're missing something. Trading your P&L, not the chart, is a great way to lose money. Yep. All right, Netflix. So the thing I wanted to show you all on Netflix. The gap and go earnings play here. So when you see a move on earnings, such as this, which we've been getting a lot of these, look at these moves here. So I hate chasing earnings plays, but the retest of the earnings gap is a great place to look for in the direction of earnings. So the market gaps up, climbs, comes back down, retests the gap, or the introduction of the gap, and then you enter and it goes up. And then to the flip side, on the other side, like if you want to see like this, that's a good time to short. Right here, on down. So you would gap down, retest it, come on down. Anyway, this one was textbook, so watch out for that gap and go. And if you want to apply that earnings, then or on earnings plays, then that's the good way to do it. SPY bottom wick back up. Really hammers the fact that in reality you have control over your very few things in the market. Yep. Crude oil in 1 minute. Thanks, Valdor. Let's take a look at oil real quick. So oil has dropped down to 74. 74 is nearing the end of that bottom range here. So we do have data out here. Let's see what happens on the old oil. .56% increase in port, and I'm done for the AM. May come back in the afternoon. Nice, Damien. What'd you take today? What was your best trade today? NASDAQ is retracing this entire move. Trying to, at least. It's already up 80 points. 80 points. Magnitude of SPX morning range so far is consistent with the sub 20 IV going in. Yeah. just fill that top wick there. So NASDAQ just filled that imbalance at 0.073 and top wicked immediately. So let's see what occurs on the old NASDAQ. 1607. Red bubble 1607. We've got 4580, 4557. Still buying pressure though. They just took out that imbalance, and yeah, see where this thing is going to go. First one was a SPY 454 call. Bought at 4137, sold at 218. Nice. Am I still holding my puts? No, they stopped out. Man, Apple's coming all the way back up. Microsoft coming all the way back up. NASDAQ is still on a freaking rampage. Right into 1680. So right there, it's about an 80-point move. So trying to hold over this imbalance there, but nice. 4560. CVD is retracing back to positive territory. Look at XLF, man. Financials are all love today, baby. All love. No hate. Apple's the 1294 VIX. Volume is kind of retreated here. So the big sellers came in and dumped everything, and the volume is kind of leveled out. A little bit of light stuff here. And we kind of got the slow, grindy chop up. So right now, this price action looks a lot like yesterday, late morning, early afternoon, where it just kind of volume dropped out, and we just had the slow grind up where top wick, green, top wick, green, bottom wick, just kind of up and up here. So when this low volume buying starts hitting, don't underestimate how high they can creep this thing. And they'll fake out signal left and right. They'll top wick every single candle and still manage to go higher. So watch out for this stuff. Is NVIDIA on the way to a reversal? It looks like it. It looks like it. You know, 483 here, bouncing off of, or rejecting off of 502 and stuff. Huge move down. You know, they're down 3% after a lot of shaking and baking. Traded ticks or spot gamma? Try them both. Try one out and try another one out the next month. See which one you like better. I think spot gamma does a lot better job of analysis, of plotting analysis and actually describing what's going on, very analytical, high level. And traded ticks is pretty simple in terms of just displaying the data. I will say I do not like Trady Tick's Twitter account at all. I don't think there's. I think it's very much pick and choose what's right and tweet it. All right, ES is coming right on back up, undoing all of the pressure right into the weekly high, relentless buying. NASDAQ doing the same thing, just rocket ship. 100 points, already up almost 100 points, just going. Like nothing happened. Microsoft is all the way back up. XLF is finally coming back off. Interesting little bounce here. SPOCM has been gold when setting my levels. Yeah, definitely. Spot Gamma does have Black Friday offers, yeah. Yeah, I think 50% off their plans. All right, so it looks like ES wants that 4580. Nasdaq is their main level 16100 here, which they've almost got to, but they're just on a freight train. There's nothing stopping them right now. Every candle is top wick and every candle goes higher. So that's why I'm saying right now, um, just be careful with any kind of shorts on Nasdaq because every single candle has top wicked and then bought back up. It's fake out city. Same exact action as yesterday. And right now, Nasdaq's a freight train. $16,100. TLT's down to 90.6. Amazon has felt no pressure today. And Nasdaq is just rocketing. Look at that. Here comes 16,100. It's already undone about 60% of the entire move so far. Volume is still dropping. Meta is new high of the day. Google is coming all the way back up. Nvidia is trickling back up a little bit, but still pretty down. Amazon's felt no pressure. Microsoft is recovering, V recovery again. Apple's V recovery again. If they V recover this, that would be hard to believe. After a liquidity sweep like that off 45.80, if they V recover this, which it looks like they're about to, it's hard to believe, especially on no volume. It just shows the true strength of the buyers today on this chart. 35.31 on XLF. Here indicator on spot gamma helped me stay in trades. Yeah, definitely. New high on ES still going 45.72. Recaptured weekly highs again. I think Nvidia's going to grind back up to VWAP. Possibly, yeah. It's the only one that's still lagging. So I mean, Tesla is even started to recover. They just top wick down back down. But we'll see. Ooh, Nasdaq just got smashed. $16.08. ES 45.69. Yeah, I would not want to see a V recovery here. That would be an anomaly for that type of move. So 45.69 just hit weekly highs and dumped. Nasdaq did the same, back over. Still more buyers blue, yeah. So that was what about a 20-point top wick right there on Nasdaq. ES has 45.67. Let's see, 45.67 here. ES. They've got that small iceberg. They don't want to mention that SPY's been unburdened by what has been. I haven't mentioned that one yet. No. All right, just wipe out here under this liquidity, trying to grab that. What'd you say at CL 74? 74 is reclaiming right back into their kind of pivot. So right on back down would be a decent area to look for a long. That lower 74, upper 73s. Look at the 5-minute candles on Nasdaq. They're very awkward. We literally have had a dump, big green, dump, big green, dump, and now we're following up with another green here. So very weird behavior on the 5-minute chart. A lot of sell pressure still on that chart despite this thing going higher. Right against ES hit the weekly high. Nasdaq did not recapture yet. Dollar and TNX up. Elliott Wave mentioned a wave 5 up. Jump the gun. Yeah. Doing the same exact thing. Look at this. That's the weirdest chart I've ever seen on the 5-minute. Is NASDAQ action meant to shake out positions? NASDAQ, the volume has completely stripped. So we went from a pretty high volume dump to the volume's gone. So now it's just the buyers are free to buy this thing back up again. And I do not want to see a V recovery here because that would undo a lot of analysis. So outside of a little bit of 50% retracement off of that dump, I don't want to see a full-on V recovery. That would set up a move for a blow-off top into next week. My sister, who is a Marine, just asked for adult coloring book for Christmas. Is that real? No way. Surely not. It's got to be a joke. Now that's a double tweezer top right there. Look at that. That's a tweezer top. That's a textbook tweezer top if it closes. I thought you mentioned ES wants 4580. Yeah, they already tapped it today, though. They tapped 4580 and rejected. They got to 4580.5 today. Now that is an actionable position right there. Look at that, 4568. What's NASDAQ doing? NASDAQ is 1607. What's NASDAQ liquidity? Pressure. We have the POC there, 1606. My wife is all about meditative coloring. That's for few gel pens. I do a lot of coloring, but usually it's right beside my daughter, coloring with her. My therapy is in the gym, iron therapy, or in the shooting range. I do a lot of shootings too. $16,075. Nasty double top wick on NASDAQ and ES here. Let's see if that plays out. My girlfriend from work, both use coloring books for meditation. Interesting. $16,084. $45.70 holding. XLF is still going up. What's NVIDIA doing here? NVIDIA is creeping back up. Google top wick rolled over. Amazon with a small red. Microsoft is still blasting all the way back up. Apple top wick back over. So a little mixed bag here, but the volume is gone, so anything can happen. Surfing is my therapy. 2 hours in the ocean. Oh, nice. Yeah, good stuff. I've never been surfing myself other than some wakeboarding, but I could see how that would do it. Skiing to me is same feeling. Apple's got a little bit of red. Hiking's great. Do I play the instruments? I do. Yeah, I play the guitar. I have an acoustic guitar that I play. Hobbyist, though. I'm not really good. All right, so we have a double top that's about to close in about 30 seconds on NASDAQ. And ES, for that matter, both of them. So it's just not really proceeding forward with it. We do have a little bit of red across the board on tech, but it's still holding. You know, right there, 1608. ES is still flagging it right here at 70. Montana Jam Sesh, that'd be cool. Yeah, Meta's blasting. All right, CVD is 4,600 green on NASDAQ. That's the highest of the day so far, on the CVD. Excuse me. Flagging right here at 16.8. ES coming back down, a little bit of red. 45.68.69. Is the double top bullish? No. A tweezer top like that with volume usually signifies a turn back down. And we've got the double top, the tweezer. But it's not moving yet. Looks like it may actually start to retreat a little bit here. We'll see. There's a little pressure. Right on down, 1670. Maybe grab the POC, which is 062. Apple, a little bit of red, 190, 196. Let me see how they've done, what they've done with the options data. There's not too much to go off of today. November 22nd. 445 is a major pull, which is way down. Other than that, there's not all that much to go off of. POC on NASDAQ here session is 5.9 and 6.0 on ES. Friday, a half day with the markets. A-firm, yeah. So markets close at 1 p.m. on Friday, a little bit early. But at this rate, we'll probably have a 200-point day on that on Friday. All right, so we have one red candle down to 7.0 on NASDAQ. It's already bottom wicking. And ES is 45.68. It's not moving at all. So we have top wick doji on ES as the buyers are holding the tape strong here. Volume's gone from the market, so I'm very, very, very careful to take a position with low volume because one candle, complete reversal. Just had this is your captain speaking vibes. Yeah, got a little close to the mic. $45, $67, $68. We see the sell pressure kind of building here. We have the sellers hitting. The bubbles are building. We've got an iceberg right here at 7.6. Does not want to give out 70. 45.68 on ES. Trying to break a little bit lower here. I was about to put my phone on airplane mode, yeah. SoCal, Japan, Taiwan, Bali. Surfers, yeah. I have a lot of skiers too, skiers and surfers. Any reason you don't run video stream on Discord? I do. Yeah, I can do it now. Here, I'll put on Bookmap. Yeah, as long as it doesn't mess up audio, I'm good with it. All right, I haven't heard back from Bookmap, so give me a second here. About concerning the code. Oh, here it is. Good. She just emailed me back. Copy. Boom, posted. All right, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so Nasdaq's still holding the 70. um, I want to be very, very patient with plays here. Bottom wick candle. I mean, the volume's gone now. Literally, extremely light volume here. And here, look at this right here. Look at this. You see these candles on Nasdaq? Like, that's candles I want to avoid. I don't think anybody holding along would have held through that entire move. Look at that. Green candle, dump, bottom wick. Green candle, dumped, bottom wick. Green candle, red candle. It's just all over the place. So, and when you have light volume, that's what we're going to see. Right there, big red candle coming down. What's oil doing right now? Oil bounced off the 74 realm. Ooh, a little bit of pressure. Look at this. Sellers finally hitting. With volume dialing off is a new low unlikely. I wouldn't say unlikely. This is the price action I want to see here because I do not want to see a V recovery after that move. A V recovery would actually set us up for higher into 4,600, which and I think we are absolutely desperate for a reversal in terms of market structure. And I think today is a perfect setup for that. So this is very much welcome that we're not fully on V recovering here. So nice little 50-point reversal on Nasdaq coming down. I want a volume spike a seller for me to enter. Yeah, definitely. ES rejected weekly highs, double top off weekly highs, and they reversed that. Coming on down. XLF is finally selling off too. Amazon's the only one not really joining the pressure, although there's a little red, but bonds are getting smoked. XLF is getting smoked. Coming down. Big red candles. On down there. And big pressure on Nasdaq, 16,037. Huge pressure. Zero 030 029. All right, 45.60. Back to the POC. And that's a major reversal on Nasdaq. Oh, man. TLT's getting smoked. Yeah, definitely. What's DXY doing today? DXY is rocketing. The 210 is 0.5 inverted still. 5 basis points inverted. Got it to break a PM high. Nice prism, Mike. Killer, brah. No disrespect to skiers or weightlifting. No, absolutely not. No. There needs to be a lot more physical activity. I think depression and aggression would go way down if people engaged in a lot more physical activity and a little bit of controlled violence, in my opinion. 1603. 16.5. TOS heard me talk about leaving IBKR, so it's being faster than my fills. I love it. I'm going to call it here. A great week. Oh, yeah, definitely, Coach Mac. Hope you have a very happy Thanksgiving with your friends and family. Everyone have a good Thanksgiving. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Hey, I'm in the process of signing up for the Epic thing, so if y'all are doing a little bit of gaming in the next few days, let me know. We'll get that set up. I got an XLF call expired December 29th. Should I hold? I mean, it depends on what your thesis. What's your target? Set your stops. And let the market stop you out. That tends to be the main reason why kids need physical activity, yeah. I have a in terms of kids needing physical activity, I have a very unique I don't know if it's unique, but I've got a very strong agreement with my kids, like my daughter specifically, because she was not someone who liked to do sports and stuff. I says, I'm going to make you do one season of any of at least every sport. And then after the first season, you get to choose whether or not you want to do it, but you're going to do one season. And she did soccer. She hated it. We finished the whole season. That was it. Then she did softball, and she absolutely loves it. And now she's throwing every day. She's catching. We're trying to work up to 20, 30, 40 catches in a row without dropping any of that sort of stuff. And, she got all-stars, and she's working up to the next 10U, which is next spring. So, expose them to the sports because they don't know what they don't know. They don't know what they like. They don't know what they're good at until you expose them, and then let them decide what they want to do to a certain point. It's worked well. Plus, it gives them something to strive for, something to wake up for. Yeah, she's in gymnastics too. Yeah. My oldest son's in football, my youngest son's in baseball, and my daughter's in softball and gymnastics. I tried to get the oldest in gymnastics, but he won't do it because, it's not cool. But having a CrossFit background like me, I wish I would have done gymnastics. Put them in ballet. Yeah, they wouldn't bite off on that. All right, top wick 45.60 still coming off. Let's see here. NASDAQ is still top wicking. Is that thing going to dump? Filling that right there. Another sell. Camo belly. $45.61. What's up, Dave? Hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. Is the gaming thing members only? Not necessarily. I mean, I'm not going to post. I'll say I'm not going to post the link for the custom server on for public. I'll post it in the server, just because I want it reserved for them. 3 catchers, nice GR. Yeah. My wife grew up feeling she had to commit, then got a college scholarship from it. Take a different approach with her kids, just getting them exposed to their sport activity. Yeah, definitely. Getting them comfortable with uncomfortability. That's the way to do it. My daughter was very much afraid to catch the ball. Like, she was afraid of the ball. And I told her, I was like, I am throwing this ball at your face every single time. And you can either catch it or you can get hit in the face. But you've got a glove. And it's there to catch it. So every time I throw it at her face. So far, she hasn't been hit. And she knows how to catch now. Looks like the bookmap discount code is not working. No, it's valid until November 28th. It's amazing how kids don't understand how the mitts work. Yeah. 1604 ES is 45.62, and they have 57 lower. Trend down day. I mean, so far it does meet the. Actually, it doesn't, because we have an extremely wide range. Now it is downward pressure, obviously. So, but in the terms that I define a trend day, it's not a trend. Just downward pressure range day right now, which I guess you're splitting hairs at that point. 45.55 is the low of the day. So here's what I've got in terms of the range for ES. Is Gex useful on a day like today? Honestly, the Gex is not providing any value for today's session. The only Gex I'm seeing is a pull down of 445. Other than that, no, it's just not much. 45.62. Nasdaq's coming all the way back up. 45.62. A little bit of pop. Look like a range day with very low volume afternoon. Yeah, definitely. Big green candle on Nasdaq after a top wick. So that's what I'm saying, man. That's why I'm not quick to get in this chart because there are fake outs all over this chart. Top wick higher, bottom wick higher or lower. It's like low volume. No thanks. No thanks. I'm out. If we take an average of GEX levels, is it up watching? I mean, GEX is usually, obviously options is a very good tool. But today in particular, it's not providing much value today, which, nothing works 100% all the time. Massive green candle across the board on Nasdaq. Amazon's buying all the way back up. VIX is coming down 1293. And it looks like they want to grab the 1608 again. Second biggest green candle of the day since the open right now on Nasdaq. So it just went from 035, so it's a 30-point candle after a major top wick. So nasty fake out up until 1606, still going. On the lowest volume of the day. I'm up $1 in the day because I pulled some jabroni crap out in the AM. Nice. So, yeah, most likely I'm hands off for the rest of the day. I've almost taken a trade 3 times, and I'm glad I didn't because it's nasty. Outside of the morning stuff, at least. Feels like a hurry up and wait for the turkey. Yeah. Any plays today? Yeah, we took a 45.50 this morning for 117 was the top I got. It's a great day. A couple of scalps on the way down, too. Unless VPA triggers, I am correct. Yeah, definitely. Unless VPA sell, I see a high volume spike, which we got. At 10.50, we got a high volume sell, and then we followed up with a top wick, and then immediately went this rocket green candle. So it's fake out city because of low volume. So with that, I'm out. No follow through. Yeah. No need to anyway. There's no need to force trades after the morning we've had, so ain't no big deal. All right. It is now 11:04. That was top of the hour. We'll see if we get a move around European close. But right now, Nasdaq is looking like it wants to retrace back up to 100 again after a monster green candle. Do I have the Global Plus? I do. I have Global Plus. Global Plus plus Rhythmic Data in the MBO package. Yeah. About calls, so I look for more dumping. I don't know, man. This thing is pretty strong. It's going. You see the buys hitting. The CVD just turned way up strong. So we'll see. Me personally, I don't have a trade. I'm not touching. No touchy. Go back over. What do we got? So ES is holding the POC 45.60 like a champ. NASDAQ, let's see what they're doing. Big old doji on the 2-hour after that hammer. They're also doing the same, 16.060. And another dump over red candle bottom wick. So, yeah. Still going. This most likely is going to take it back to 100. If the sellers don't close the deal today, then we are set up for a move to 4,600 before any kind of significant retracement, which is terribly unhealthy. And it probably would put it in line with a historical move. So we do not want to see a V recovery today after this morning's action. All my plays that I was watching XLF for the pops and dropped to get it. Yeah. $15.16.063. Trying to hold the 6-0. POC. Apple still 191 holding. And right now we're just kind of chopping. Volume has come all the way off. Everyone was drawing cup and handle. Not me. Not me. I thought my order went through, so I want to sell in a shorted when flying up. So you took a trade or didn't take a trade? 16.056. All right, back under POC. I'm back under POC. I'm still holding. Apple 191.61. We'll give it till 11:30 here, and then I'm going to call that a morning. I don't know if we'll come back on this afternoon. I'll keep an eye on it. We'll see what happens into Thursday. Tomorrow the market's closed, obviously. And then Friday we close at 1 o'clock. Close early. Barmino Global Plus Lifetime Black Friday deal. Yeah, I think it's only the first month. Yeah. Apple is trickling back down a touch. Tesla is getting destroyed. They're down 3.36%. Nvidia still getting destroyed. They're down 3.27%. But there's still a good amount of relative strength here. Meta's kind of doing. Meta held up a lot of the strength, but they are slowly giving a little bit back here. They're down to 341.14. So really, it's all on, today. It's all on Amazon. You know, Amazon's the one holding everything up here. Apple has still got a lot of weakness. They're coming back down to low of the day right now. Microsoft is holding the middle of the range. So it's really up to Amazon what we're going to do here. There's always one. Every day there's one that rallies to hold everything up. And so far that's playing true today. I have an SPX bear call spread expiring Friday. How will that affect tomorrow? The theta will build in for tomorrow. You know, tomorrow's not a session, so you know, and days to expiration is only 2. You know, today and then Friday. So that will, you know, you have to account that for your theta. I took a short on accident, kick, took a long, now slightly up. There you go. He went short by mistake. I see what you're saying. Amazon's 146. Apple's coming down. Nvidia's 482. Oh, man. Anyone having issues with the Lux Algo? I can't mind to show up. Sometimes that happens to me. The Lux Algo, you got to kind of just mute it and unmute it. Hide it and unhide it. Oh man, ES is clinging to 45.60 with dear life. That's the POC. NASDAQ is holding to it as well. Right back to it. 240. Let's go to the 4 hour. 65. Phenomenal amount of buying support the past 3 days, despite all the selling. So everything is bottom wicked higher, even despite all the selling. So overall, though, we do have a doji printing right at the moment on SPY here, 45.64. I use session volume profile HD from TradingView. It's reliable. Yeah, well, those are two different ones. They're two different volume profiles. So in my opinion, to have a good representation of volume profile, you have to use both because the volume profile Lux Algo is the fixed time frame. Another dump over bottom wicked. The session is the variable that you want to use for day to day. Yeah, in my opinion, don't touch this. That's another red candle dump over, bought back up. So there's fake outs all over this chart. Don't touch. Don't touch it. I need the right indicators for volume price action. Yeah. So, obviously you've got volume profile fixed. You've got the session. Those are the two things you want to watch. The claw. Big green on ES, 45. That's a 5-point move back up. NASDAQ just bottom wicked and rocketed into 1608. No. I'm stuck in a call on NVIDIA. We'll see what happens. VIX just gapped down to another low of the day, 1286 there. So they're still rolling over the VIX despite the fact that it's already at 52-week lows. One and done. Nice anger. Well done. We'll give this another 15 minutes here, and I'm going to call that a morning. All right. Glued to the POCs. Glued to the POCs. TLT is 90.6. VIX new low of the day. Getting rocked. Man, what a move on the VIX. Crazy. Down another 4% today. I think that may be... Man, what a spectacular downside. It's going back to 2020 levels in the VIX. Let's go 5 minute. Not trying to focus on a long-term thesis, but seeing how everything is going, what are your thoughts on playing downside TLT to 2-3 months out? I would not do that. Although I do think TLT is going to rotate down another time or two, but that market is so volatile right now, I wouldn't play the downside. I think the big overarching risk is to the upside on TLT. So I personally would not hold a long-term downturn position on the bonds. For ones that asked about Buffett's cash. Buffett said on Tuesday that he has donated $868 million of company stock to 4 family charities and told shareholders to feel good as he moves near the sunset of his storied career. 1.5 mil Class B. Wow. Berkshire's built to last, and it would remain in good hands. There you go. Another big red candle dumped over, immediately hammered on NASDAQ. So the sellers are not going to let this thing go until it does. Big old bottom wick on ES, 45.70. And that most likely will move it into the 16,100 area. Lightest volume candle of the day here too. Everything is dumped over bottom wick, dumped over bottom wick. They did it all day yesterday, and they're doing it again today. So in my opinion, no shorts at all. If you're going to play this, then I would scalp long until the volume comes in, because this is, either way I wouldn't play it at all. But if you are, I would just be very careful shorting this, because they have that low volume bottom wick stuff, even though it's all just all over the place. So great trading advice and great life advice. So there you go. Thank you. Daughter played softball all through high school. Without it, she would have been a vegetable. Yeah. It's awesome watching your kids progress through all that stuff too. Really cool. Really cool. What is this? Looking forward to a day off, that's for sure. Tomorrow, to kind of take it easy. $45.65 on ES. CVD is 4,000 positive on NASDAQ, but it is trickling off a touch there. We've got ES is putting on 45.65. A little bit more pressure, but still bottom wicking. Does not want to give out the 50 realm. ES's liquidity is up 50 or 75 back up to 80. NASDAQ's liquidity is 16,100 and 16,000. Not really much else in the interim. A little bit of red coming in. Why not 2 days off? I'll most likely take Friday off. I'll jump on just to see what the market's doing Friday, but with them closing early, again, I don't expect much, although I didn't expect much this weekend anyway, aside from NVIDIA. But yeah, probably take Friday off too. Oh, man. Fortnite Friday? Let's do it. Play a game with y'all. Play a game with y'all. I need the OM server, yeah. I've been trying to sign up, but every time I try to hit they sent me a link to finalize everything, but it said it's under maintenance. So I can't do it just yet. I'll try it again today. $40.16052. All right, we have 9 minutes till Euro closes. What's Euro doing right now? Same thing we're doing. Chopping green, 45, 74.68. They're down 0.2% on the day. NASDAQ is up 0.4 on the day. They tried to jump to get a little further under the POC, but they're still green, holding 16.05 with a dumping CVD or rolling over CVD here. Another green candle, though, holding it. What symbol do you use? On TOS. FTSE is what I mainly use. Costco sells to Durkins. Ooh, I'll try one of those. Amazon taking a little profit, finally. Apple's got a little bit of red. Nvidia is holding 482. Meta coming off a little bit. All right. ES is slowly trickling down, 45.63. This is boring. And back to POC. Nasdaq's not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. The daily chart looks quite obscene. Quite obscene. It's good that we finally got some selling pressure this morning, so that checks out for analysis. But they have got to hold it. A V recovery today would be nearly catastrophic for analysis. At that point, if we were to take out 45.80 and rock, or if we were to take out 45.80 and hold, at this point, I don't know where it's going, except for a rejection off of July's highs, which is what, 83. So in terms of market structure, we've got to have the sellers hold today so we can have our retracement, regather inventory, and then look for July's highs. And aside from that, it's more cautious call playing until 45 back to July's highs. Sorry, I keep asking the same question. I do, yeah. So on Bookmap, I've got Global Plus, Rhythmic, and the MBO package. Those are the three things I've got. And that gets me everything I need on Bookmap. Does NVIDIA 2-hour look like buyers are starting to come in? Let's go over. No, it doesn't. We do have a bottom wick, but they're retesting the pivot back from early November. Nasdaq already went to July high. Yeah, yeah. ES is what I'm talking about. Yeah. NVIDIA is holding. ES is 45.66. Nasdaq is 16.06. Holding their POC. Global Plus not worth it. Just cancel one with Global. Or I'll use them. Nice. The only thing I'm seeing creeping back up here is Amazon. They do not want to sell off at all. Weird considering that Bezos is reported about to sell $1 billion worth of stock. Usually when you get $1 billion of liquidation, you sell off. But they're going to highs. Nvidia is down. Google is creeping back up. Meta is coming down. Another big red candle on Nasdaq. Bottom wick to go higher. Apple's not moving. 191. Holding Seeger 62. If you did not trade on MacBook app, plus, I'll do not throw. There you go. Yeah, I'll trade MacBook. 4 minutes. Do I have any Black Friday Bookmap deals? I do. I posted it in the server. Yeah, get you 50% off on Bookmap. No movement. No movement. What y'all thinking? Come to the 2-hour chart. Big old doji on the 2-hour. Maybe we get a little bit more movement this afternoon, hopefully. I'll pop back on here in the afternoon and see if we can get something going. I think Nasdaq's going to drop eventually, but broker's closed. Yeah. I think the smart move is broker close from here on out. Yeah. It's one of those things, man. It's like you're probably right, but with the volume gone, with the fake outs, I'm no way going to time out a short here. It just keeps on bottom wicking no matter what happens, and it's holding the POC. So we got to get away from the POC is the thing. Right now the buyers are just glued, gorilla glue, right here to the POC, and we got to get away from it. Otherwise, it's what we're seeing is top wick higher, that type of stuff. So what's DXY doing here? A little bit of red there on DXY, but overall big green. Bookmap website offers 50% Black Friday deal for the first 3 months on yearly package. Nice. Oh, man. I think I'm going to take my 34% and go. Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. 2 minutes till Euro. 1 minute till Euro. And then after that, I am hopping off and go spend a little time with the fam. We are at the end of a megaphone pattern. We're going somewhere. Yeah. We really need it to be down. Really need it to be down. Into next week. We need a refresher. Tesla's down 4%. Yeah. Tesla's still falling, too. A lot of pressure in Tesla. Quite spectacular that NASDAQ is not joining the ranks of low of the day here. NVIDIA is down and rotating back down. Amazon is the only thing that's kind of flagging at the highs here. Microsoft isn't moving. Apple's down to lower their day. Meta is gave back a lot of their profits. Tesla is still liquidating. And bottom wick on NASDAQ. So it's one of those days that despite there's a lot of big players selling off and there's no volume, NASDAQ is clinging to their POC. So we'll give it a few potatoes here. Looks like a good day for a big workout. Absolutely. Absolutely. Another big red candle down and immediately hammered back up and moved higher. So the buyers' algorithms are on today, and they're probably going to move this thing back up to 100 at least. What's your opinion on oil? It's holding 74 and bouncing off of it. So 74 is a great long on oil, and it looks like it's doing it again today. Although they're down big today, down 274. Was there news on Tesla? I don't know. I didn't pay attention to them. Nasdaq's about to break out, building back up. Extraordinary. Let's see. Microsoft is going back up to high of the day. They're breaking out here too. Apple looks like it's about to, and Amazon looks like it's going to go back up here too. So tech is on the move again. On the move. Extraordinary. Historical Wednesday for Mexico has always been green. Historically, green has been green. Historically, every day has been green. Yeah. Yeah. 45.67. All right, there is Euro close. I'm going to go ahead and call that a day. So there's nothing actionable for me here. I've got my licks in. All we're seeing here is top wicks higher, which is fake out city. Volume is steadily decreasing, which is typical of this type of move. Tomorrow the market's closed. I will peek back in this afternoon, but again, I don't know if I'll expect anything. We'll see. If they want to undo this move and actually fall, then we'll play a little bit. Otherwise, it's going to be low volume fake out city. NASDAQ, once again, single-handedly saving the market. Amazon is today's day to get to rally, despite $1 billion in selling. And we'll see what happens here. So, people asking why Tesla's down today. Model-wide discounting gives investors pause. Sympathy with NVIDIA down and profit-taking weak commentary. Autopilot lawsuit. Oh, there you go. See, that guy is awesome for Tesla. If you anything you want to know about Tesla, that guy's the guy to follow right there. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, so set your alerts. If anything happens, otherwise, go enjoy your holiday week. So I'll see y'all this afternoon. Love y'all. Thanks for being here. I'm out. See ya.